It is now time for the Development News of the Week, sponsored by Eagle Mortgage Company. We talk a lot about Eagle Mortgage Company. Go to eaglemortgagecompany.com. Holly Schneiderwin and her team of mortgage specialists, especially with the recent drop in federal mortgage rates, they are not a bank. What they do is go see them. Doesn't cost anything. Go see them at 114th and Davenport, or again, go to eaglemortgagecompany.com and ask them for a consultation. They will tell you what you need to qualify for a loan. So when you go house hunting, you have a pre-approval letter in front of you, and they shop the banks, and they can get you the best rate. So Eagle Mortgage will do you right. Well, let's see what's going on in our fair city, Brad. I had the privilege of going to the groundbreaking yesterday afternoon at 204th and Q, new Baker's Marketplace. There's going to be 2 new Baker's Marketplace grocery stores coming to Omaha. Now, Baker's bought some of the buildings where Albertsons are and things like that over the years. But what people don't realize, it's been 26 years since we've had a new Baker store open in Omaha. You know what they are?
When the last 2 were?
Yeah.
Pepperwood and Lakeside.
And there were a number of regional representatives and local representatives, and there was kind of a battle. You looked up the building permits for Lakeside at 71st and West Center Road, and Pepperwood, 156 and West Dodge. They both opened in 99, right?
99, yes.
So 26 years ago. But which is interesting. So either one of those could have been the last one. We'll call it a tie because even the audience was split at the press conference. This is unique because this will be 123,000 feet. It should open in 2026. It is part of the Kensington Park development. And when they say Baker's Marketplace, it's never been done before. It's about 55,000 square feet larger than a traditional Baker store. You think they're trying to get some of that business back from Hy-Vee?
Well, it's like they're trying to compete with the world's largest Hy-Vee there in Gretna.
Yeah, absolutely. So the other store, they did a pretty quick deal. Fleet Farm was threatening to come to Omaha, and over the last 10 years, and we reported on it, and then they were falling out, and finally, I think the one over by the world's largest Hy-Vee on 192nd and 370, I know a lot of people are looking at it. I wouldn't be surprised if that became a Target or something. That's just my speculation. I don't know what's going on over there. But we do know that an affiliated company, Dillon Stores, which is Baker's, and they announced it yesterday as well, is about a 100,000 square foot store at 182nd Avenue and West Maple Road. And if you go to Grow Omaha and you see some of our back issues, there's about 180,000 square foot sports facility that is trying to get turnback tax, and that will go right at 180th and West Maple. It's the same people that have that UBT behind Menards in Elkhorn. So we'll see if that develops, but another huge sports complex, and that's almost as big as a Walmart Supercenter.
You know, I recently went by a Kroger out in Colorado, and it looks just like this new Baker's, and from the street, it is huge. So I'm sure this one's going to have a great big presence on 204th Street.
And another reason to talk to me about that Baker's is Spencer Morrissey and I at NAI MP Dodge, we have 2 pad sites right next to it, 205th and Q Street, for sale, for lease, for build to suit. We can do drive-throughs, we can do car washes, all kinds of things. So we have 2 lots there. And then across the street, right next to the Sunshine, it's called South Streams, we have another lot, and I have a client that wants to sell it, and we can do a drive-through there as well. So any real estate brokers, any franchisees, any owner users, give Trent a call because I need to pay for what I'm doing. And so we appreciate that.
Let's jump all the way to the other end of town and talk about the Lawrenson Gardens. Lawrenson Gardens is undergoing a transformative project, according to a Facebook post by AO and local architecture firm. They're building a wooden flyway that will basically be a new entrance to the garden. The project consists of an elevated walkway from the Visitor Center and Education Center to the Garden of Memories. The walkway will allow visitors to be separated from the staff and vehicles and also give you better views of the gardens. And this will be cool because it will, when you go to the gardens, you walk down that huge hill, you
Right.
have a great day in the gardens, then you got to walk back up. This will kind of level that out a little bit more. And another project that we didn't mention that I found out about is they are repainting. When you come in Omaha and you see that huge Welcome to Omaha sign with the Big Boy steam locomotive, Kennefic Park, they're repainting the Big Boy right now too. So if you
Wow.
come by, you'll see people up there working, and part of the locomotive is in like a primer gray.
I wonder what they're doing up there. And also, have you taken your young kids to the new playground, the $13 million playground?
They've been there, not with me. My mother-in-law took them.
Okay, I was going to say, kids are going to talk at school, if the have and the have-nots.
They have been to all these amazing playgrounds we have in this town.
Have they been to the new one at Zarinsky?
My son has.
Okay, good. Well, you got life covered for your kids. I appreciate that. And also, let's go out west again. The people have heard about the Good Life districts and Avenue 1 Good Life District, 192nd and West Dodge Road. This has been a project for a couple decades that the developers have owned the land, but they got approved as an applicant, and it appears they're getting closer to construction. Jasper Stone plans to build the district's first 2 retail buildings northeast of 192nd and Burke Street, so south of Dodge. One of the proposed buildings is 13,500 square feet, while the other is about 2,800 square feet, according to the City of Omaha Planning Department documents. No occupants have been officially announced, but what do you think could fit in a 13,500 square foot building when you look at those plans?
Well, I know some of our loyal Grow Omaha listeners have commented on Facebook that they're hoping for a fan favorite grocery store there, that one of the smaller grocery stores in the metro, but we don't know anything as far as if that will happen or not.
It sounds like, it looks like the plans look like Trader Joe's. I've heard some people say that, and I know that people have chimed in that they would love to see that. Avenue 1 is among 5 Good Life districts, special zones for large-scale, unique retail and entertainment developments that are designed to attract visitors and create jobs and tourism. With the state collecting only half of its regular sales tax, so 2.75% of the sales tax of the 5.5 from the state's portion goes back to the developers of the projects for worthwhile projects as an incentive. In addition to Avenue 1, West Omaha, the other Good Life districts are Gretna, Bellevue, Grand Island, and Kearney. We haven't seen a lot going on in Gretna yet, and I know that they've got all the mechanisms in place, and so there's been a lot of proposed by a couple of developers out there, and some of these projects are so huge, you wonder how they can pull them together. It seems like Bellevue is off to a great start with their Bellevue Bay Water Park.
Yeah, I haven't been by Bellevue Bay in person, but I was told that maybe the foundation of the water park was already going in, so it's a good sign to
Should we hit one more thing before we go to the break? How about this one?
Sure. Let's talk about the Omaha Riverfront. The Gene Leahy Mall part of the Omaha Riverfront is already been there for 3 years, and so that means they are switching out the 5 sculptures along the north end of the park. Earlier this week, crews came and they removed the sculptures that everyone have been admiring for the past 3 years, and they had started installing the new ones. The first one I saw looked like a big, giant red snake. So it's going to be cool to get down there and see something different.
It's really, public art is something cool. You can look at those Council Bluffs, Edward Scissorhand things, wherever they are at 24th and I-80, and have your own opinions on them. But at least it gets people talking.